team is the Flamin' Furballs. We have Martha Fiera, who happened to slip on ice this morning. We have Mario Gutierrez. The mustache is real, guys. We have myself, my Mexican family and people call me Macarena. We have Brandon Castellanos, who is currently hiding his bad haircut. And we have Tony Lamb, who does not know Kung Fu. So we were brainstorming some ideas, trying to figure out what we had in common for hobbies that we could pick. And our hobby of choice that we could all agree on is drinking! So, drinking is what we decided on. The problem with drinking, though, is there are DUIs still being issued. Alcohol poisoning still exists. Calling, texting a friend to pick you up when you are impaired is probably not the easiest idea. Testing your sobriety is never fun, especially if there's a cub hanging out with you in the same bed. So, in a semi-fun way, we want to reduce DUI citations, prevent injuries, drink safely, and monitor your health all at your fingertips. Make sure no one else ends up passed out in a ditch ever again. So this is our design phase. We had a little scrumming meeting over here, had some good talk, did some good things. And then we got to the building phase where we're actually producing and all that jazz. We got computers, we got people. So. All right, so introducing our app, and then...
You need to switch over?
Yep, we need to switch over. So we have a little icon here. As you can see, this little guy right there is the Drinkalizer. So the Drinkalizer, you can set it up with an email. Oh, make your new account, and then make your new account. All right, so what we like to do is get to know you and your schedule a little bit better. We have it customizable to yourself. You can pick the days that you generally go out. Perfect. There we go. There we go. All right, next. All right, you pick. We want to know who you trust and who you kind of talk to the most. So you pick your buddies. Obviously, we got to have the best of the grandma's got to be in there. We're going to have Grayson, our trusted pizza guy.
I'm not coming to pick you up.
And then we got to have our extra bonus, Kim Kardashian.
She ain't picking you up either.
You never know. And then we want you to pick your safe spot. Generally, this is going to be where you live. Because obviously, in the background, it's kind of checking times that you're out, times you're away from your home. So obviously, if you're at home, it kind of knows, like, you're somewhat safe if you're drinking. It's totally cool if you pass out in the bathtub. Once you set up your account, you'll see that this will be sort of your home screen. If ever you want to customize anything on it, you can totally customize your profile, the days you go out, your email, login information, preference on cabs that you like, and then look at our little mini games. All right. So that's our phone part, and then it goes to the Galaxy Gear Watch. So the situation would be, say Brandon's out, it's 1 a.m., it's Saturday, it's a night that he was feeling a little, the watch is basically noticing through its gyroscope that you are a little bit off. So it's going to ask you a little aggressively, are you drunk? Put it to the test. And we have a few games that you can kind of sort through to see which games you want to play along how you want to basically test your sobriety. That just happened. It's all good. But one's called Rhythm, one's called Timer, and one's called Balance. There we go. Timing games, rhythm games, and balance. We're going to do the balance game right now. So how this works is it's testing your steps, it's using the gyroscope to test your balance, and then it's also checking your heart rate. So what it would say is move 9 steps forward, turn 9 steps back. Oh yeah, get a little cup of tipsy off. Okay. So Brandon obviously failed the test. And then after that, it would prompt you on the watch and it would say, hey, earthquake, you seem a little bit shaky. Want us to hit up your friend Grayson and see if he could check on you later? How would you feel in that situation? No, he thinks he's still good. So in 2-hour intervals, every 2 hours, if you're still a little bit shaky in the night, it's going to still check up on you. And this time we get a little bit more aggressive and we say, hey, just so you know, we're going to send your geotag location to your friend Grayson and or a cab to come get you. Which would you prefer? That's it.
Judges get a chance to ask you questions.
Oh, any questions?
Judges, what kind of questions do we have for the Furballs?
So as a coder, I got to ask, what percentage of what we saw there is pretty pictures and what percentage of it is actually something functioning behind the
So
scenes?
all the phone and all the watch is actually coded. Yeah. And our number one stunner right here, Mario. Your nails? No?
So you showed you didn't build the other two games, the timing and the.
No, but we talked about what they would be. So we basically, all the games that we came up with fit into the 3 categories that they could play.
Yep. Did you actually try it with walking? Like obviously shaking it. It's like, oh, you're shaky because you're shaking it. If you
We
put it on
tried
your
it.
wrist and walk,
Yeah.
We tried
Does it know?
several times because he had to make sure that actually when you walk, it would actually shift like the image.
We didn't really calibrate it yet since we didn't have time. But
yeah. I guess that's my real question: is do you think it would be able to know if you were moving strangely or not?
What if you were dancing? Yeah.
Yeah. I think the fact that it's testing you on your knowledge of like, one, it says take 9 steps forward, 9 steps back. So it's also counting the steps to see if you know what 9 means. Because it knows if you did 10, not so good. So it's like a few tests in there to put it together and like, what's up? And it's paying attention to your hours. Because obviously, like, we ran into the issues of, well, what if someone's just at the gym during the day working out? Well, those days we probably aren't going to pay as close attention to you because those aren't the nights that you're going out. And those aren't the hours in general for the time that people go out.
And then, well, whenever he was programming it.
Oh yeah, so yeah, to figure out like if they're drunk or not, we were thinking about implementing some sort of machine learning algorithm to determine based on the patterns of the gyroscope whether they're moving strangely more than often.
You couldn't do machine learning in one day.
Not one day. No.
Maybe if they had an extra day.
Yeah.
It's a 2-day thing.
That's it, yeah.
I don't think I could get all that data in one day.
Awesome.
Anybody else?
Have any other
What other
questions?
questions?
Yes.
You go.
Yeah, so I'm curious. I actually really like the idea. I think it's a fun concept. I think it's a cool way to kind of maybe stay safe, but stay safer when you're drinking. But one of the things you presented when you teed up the project was that it can be kind of confusing to when you're in impaired state, I guess, to enter all the different things that you want to, have to call somebody or text somebody or that kind of thing. But it seemed like early on there's a lot of configuration that goes into actually setting up the app. Because I know if I was I'm considering the app. What's the app where you can check in like your drinks when you're drinking somewhere?
I don't know.
It's like that. Like
Okay.
I only downloaded that when I was actually drunk. So
Right.
I'm feeling like I like the concept, but maybe there's a little bit of work that could be done. Maybe actually tying in the app to the wearable so that
Right.
they don't have to enter their email and go through all that
Right.
setup. Or maybe an easier way to do that. Did you guys give any more consideration to that?
Well,
Or
what we're
different ways
thinking
you
is
want to do
that whenever you set it up on the phone, I guess like we had in mind that you would download it before, so you already have it. So whenever you choose the days that you usually go out, it's the days that it's going to be more alert and checking like if those days you're acting more strange when it's like checking your heart rate and then your balance. So
I think he wants it to be like more simple, you don't have to sign in
okay,
everything.
yeah. But then what we thought is like you could go back and like fix those things, but I guess it does make sense to make it more simple.
Just a thought.
Yeah, and I think too, like we also wanted to where you download it and then you go out not even remembering kind of that you had it, that it's like, hey, what's up, homie? Like to where you obviously are like, oh, I did download it. Someone cares, so.
Yeah, so kind of just to be in the background, it's not going to be bothering you like, oh, we're going to send someone already. It's kind of like maybe reminding you that it's going to help you out, but it's not going to be bugging you all the time. It's just kind of like some of the functions of the wearable, then you don't spend too much time using it.
Right.
Another question. So in your scenario, Grayson was coming to pick you up. How does he know where you are?
It geotags the location that you're at, and it sends it out to Grayson or the cab, so that
Okay.
it's easy and right there.
And then the address you selected when you set it up, is that where he needs to take you? Like, is that your home?
I mean,
or-
generally it is your home, so I would assume that's maybe where you want to go, unless he knows where you're going that night. Who knows? But yeah, I would think that's how it would be set up.
Like, we have the idea of the safe spot to not actively, so like, if you're at home at your safe spot already, it wouldn't call anybody because.
It knows you're, yeah, so,
That's why it's called the safe
Oh, I
spot.
yeah.
So when you send Grayson your location, do you send him that information as well?
You just send the location you're at. Hopefully y'all are like close enough friends, since he is your go-to buddy and gonna pick you up, that he knows where you live and or can figure out, you know, and hang out at his place for the night. Like, hopefully y'all are friends, so.
And hopefully your grandma knows where you live.
Hopefully, right? Hopefully she knows, she has a phone too, a smartphone, of course. So, anybody else? Good? Yeah.
Well, giving a thought to it, after you identify drunken motions, watching for driving motions to step up the alerts a little bit.
Right? Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Good?
All right.
Thank you.